It is 4 days till the Man Bands, and today we're talking about getting tickets to Burning Man because the ticket process is a little bit different to a lot of regular ticket processes out there. So first up, there are two different types of tickets for Burning Man. There are the regular entry tickets and there are vehicle passes. So if you're coming with a group of 4 in one vehicle, you would need 4 entry tickets and 1 vehicle pass. There are no weekend passes or day passes or anything like that. It's just, one type of ticket that gets you in for the whole time, and you can stay as long or as little as you like. To actually get your hands on some tickets, you will need 2 things. You will need a burner profile, and you want to set that up in advance. I'll put a link to the account setup page in the description box. And you will need a Ticketfly account. So you can set that up kind of in the process of buying the tickets, but it might be easier to set that up in advance as well. So there are multiple different sales of tickets, and they are scheduled at certain points or at very specific days and very specific times, and anyone that wants a ticket, they know these dates, they know these times, because you want to be on there the second it ticks over to be in with a chance of getting them. They're like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory golden tickets. They are tough to get hold of. Most of the sales have rules as well, so in the main sale you can usually only buy 2 tickets, and if you've bought tickets in the main sale you're then not able to buy tickets in the OMG sale. So if you're trying to get tickets for a group, make sure you're aware of the rules, make sure you are all trying to get those tickets, because one person is not going to be able to buy them for everyone if your group is bigger than 2. To actually take part in a sale, you have to register in advance to be able to be part of the sale. So you can't just log in on sale day and expect to be able to buy tickets. You need to have actually registered for that specific sale. And I'll pop a link in the description to the kind of ticket selling registration calendar thing that tells you all of these important dates. The dates you need to register for the sales in advance and the dates of all of the sales. If you're planning to get tickets for next year, then when that calendar comes up, set some reminders in your phone or something so that your phone's going to remind you hey, you need to register for that sale today. If you've registered for a sale, when the actual sale day swings round, there is some kind of mysterious queuing system. No one knows exactly how it works, but basically you log on, you will be put in a queue, and if you are lucky, you will end up on a page where it will let you buy however many tickets. If you don't have a Ticketfly account, you will need to set a Ticketfly account up as part of that process. But basically you are just sitting in a queue hoping that you make it through. If you do make it through, then there's usually a little timer that will tell you how long you have to actually purchase those tickets. So those tickets are in your basket and no one else can try and buy them until that timer runs out. When the timer runs out, that's it. Those tickets are released back into the wild. But the timer is reasonable. I think this year it was 10 minutes or something. So, you have plenty of time, but just, don't dilly-dally. Also be aware that with those limits, if it's 2 tickets per person, that's for your burner profile and your credit card. So you can't set up multiple profiles so that you can get into the queue multiple times and then use the same credit card to buy all of those tickets. Otherwise, they may cancel one of your orders. They'll see it as a duplicate order and cancel one of them. So with the sales, you have the pre-sale, and that is where the most expensive tickets are sold. But if you can afford it, it probably has some good advantages. The ticket price is so high that most people are probably waiting for the main sale to swing around. There's not that ticket panic yet where people are oh, I might not be able to get a ticket. You can also buy more tickets per person. So, the other sales are limited to 2 tickets per person, but in the pre-sale, you can get up to 8 tickets, 4 at each price point. Main sale is when the tension really ramps up because there are so many people trying to get tickets in the main sale. If you check over on Twitter and stuff on main sale day, you will see many anxious tweets from people trying to get hold of these tickets. The OMG sale is the final official sale, and there really aren't that many tickets going into the OMG sale, so it is obviously worth a try. If you haven't got tickets yet and you are desperately trying to get hold of some, definitely worth trying to get them. But there's not so many tickets, so again, it's a very tense sale for anyone trying to get tickets in that. There are low income tickets available, but it requires a whole process where you have to apply and prove that you have a low income. I've never been through that process, so I don't know much about it, but I do know that you have to go through a process to prove that you have a low income before you can try and get low income tickets. Also, if you do get low income tickets, then you are not eligible to enter any of the other sales. If you then buy another ticket at face value, then your low income ticket is cancelled. There's also a limited super expensive ticket sale where, tickets are super expensive. It is after the main sale. So if you are desperate, if you are willing to pay a pretty penny, check out the dates for when that sale's going up. You don't need to register for that sale, or at least this year you didn't need to register for it. It just kind of appears in your Burning Man profile. So if you're after one of those tickets, check the dates, be on standby for those popping up, but they are very expensive. If you end up not getting tickets in the main sale, then there is a STEP program. It's the Secure Ticket Exchange Program. And basically, people that have bought tickets that now do not want those tickets can release them into the STEP program, and other people that are trying to get hold of tickets can then buy them. But the STEP program is like a queue. So if you are trying to get a ticket through STEP, you need to register for it as soon as you can, as soon as possible, as soon as the clock ticks over, register for it. Obviously, some people do manage to get tickets through STEP, but it's kind of thought, there's so many people that miss out in the main sale, there's so many people registering for STEP that, many people still miss out on getting those tickets. And if you've already bought tickets in the main sale, you already bought your maximum tickets, you cannot try and get tickets through STEP. If you do register for STEP, then remember what time you did it, because people post over on the subreddit about when they get tickets from STEP and what time they registered. So you can kind of get an idea of where exactly in the queue are they, how much further behind are you than that person. Obviously with STEP they have a close date for that as well, and they will tell you, what date tickets are being posted out. So if your tickets are being posted to you, then you need to release them back into STEP before they are posted if you want to sell them on through STEP. So if you don't end up getting tickets through any of these kind of official ways of getting tickets, then, you're in a tough spot. It is incredibly complicated to get tickets through unofficial means. There are a lot of scammers and scalpers out there. So even though your first instinct might be to head to eBay or some other kind of ticket reselling site, I think that it's so easy to kind of get scammed that way that it is better if you can find a seller yourself, check out forums. ePlayer has a ticket buying, selling thread. So does the subreddit. They have specific threads for them. So only post in there. Don't just make random posts about it. And even going through those channels, it can still be difficult to, to know that you are getting a genuine ticket, that someone is not attempting to scam you. If you're part of a burner community or you have burner meetups and stuff going on around you, you could always try going to one of them and just seeing, if you can connect with some people, seeing if anyone knows if there's any spare tickets going. It's much better to be able to buy the tickets from someone in person compared to buying them online where you don't really know if that is legit. Scalpers are basically people that try and buy tickets to Burning Man with the intention of selling them on for profit. You should never buy from a scalper. You should never pay over the face value of the ticket. To try and prevent people from buying tickets from scalpers, Burning Man will actually void tickets if they find out they've been sold for over face value. And they do release a list every year of voided transaction IDs or voided ticket numbers, so that, you can check if your ticket number or transaction ID or something is on there. But really, if you buy from scalpers, the big problem is that, you're encouraging them to continue to do that. If no one paid over face value for the tickets, then the scalpers would be forced to sell those tickets at face value to make their money back. And they're probably not going to bother next year because, they didn't make any profit or any money off of it. So please don't buy from scalpers. Please don't pay over face value for those tickets. Even though you might think that, no one's going to find out that I've paid over face value or, my ticket won't be voided. You don't know if that ticket has already been reported. And it'll be pretty sucky to turn up at the gate and find out, that you don't have a ticket. So I hope this is helpful, guys, and I hope that any of you that are attempting to get tickets manage to get your hands on some. I know that can't be true for all of you because they sell out every year in a heartbeat. But, best of luck to you all that are trying to get tickets. And as always, if you see me at Burning Man this year, feel free to come and say hi to me. Bye, guys.